To help me paint a picture, I'll be 33 this year. I eat like shit, have sleep apnea, I'm fat, always have been, and live in my mum's basement.
All right, Matt.
Do you just troll strangers on the internet in the comment section as well? And the majority of my sexual encounters overall in my life have been paid for. Lol. I love when people put lol at the end.
Like it makes it better.
Right. I'm short about 168 centimetres. I don't know what that means. I know that's like, meter and
168. Yeah.
Let one of you two work that out. And I'm getting shorter with this progressive autoimmune disease. I have Ankspon, ANKYSPON, never heard of it, which essentially makes him shorter by hunching him forward all the time. He started balding around the crown around 21, and he only started to have any kind of real sexual experiences around 21, 22.
With Esmeralda.
Both paid and unpaid. Lol. Right, so you started going bald at 21, but you're still getting laid unpaid 22, so you can't blame the baldness. I'm not having that, and plenty of bald guys are getting some. After living with different friends after high school, I wanted to move back home for a few months since it was cheaper. We agreed $300 a month, and it was a great arrangement. That was back in 2015.
To Notre Dame.
So he's been in his mum and dad's basement for the past 6 years now. I mean, you're early to mid-30s. You're going to start looking at that at some point. Over the last couple of years, I've gone crazy with my disposable income and spent too much on cocaine, booze, and sex workers. Isn't there a great thingy quote about that? Was it George Best? Where he said, over the years, I've spent all my money on cocaine, booze, and hookers.
And I've squandered the rest.
Yeah, squandered the rest. Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was George Best, but it's something like that.
That sort of thing he'd say.
Yeah, it may have been.
I'm down to the last $30 in cash. All of my 5 credit accounts are overdrawn and late. For the first time ever in my life, 2 out of the 3 of my bank accounts are negative by a total of a few $100. It's not that bad, is it?
It's not looking good though. What's he going to get for $30?
Not a lot.
Kicked in the balls once.
In one ball as well.
I'm laughing my ass off watching The Office Blokes while drinking Bud Light Seltzer, the 5% alcohol, not the 8%, because they didn't have it at the drive. I mean, we don't need to know what.
It's going through his shopping list of what you could and couldn't get.
I mean, the fact that you'd got no money and you sat at home drinking in your parents' basement, just put the beer down and have a cup of tea or something. You'd think I'd have a sense of urgency to do something else other than watch a few Office Blokes reacts and stuff, but again, here I am. Don't blame us for sitting on your ass.
Yeah.
I'm employed full-time. I've been at my job for 6 years. However, he's generally been dismissive of America's celebration of the Protestant work ethic my whole life. You think Americans have got a work ethic? You should look at a few other countries. People work themselves into the ground, don't they, to make a living? Probably should have been working instead of eye-rolling. I have some college credits, but no degree. After moving back home instead of working and saving up, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to skim some of this because essentially what he's saying is he just likes to shag hookers. He likes to shag hookers and he drinks too much and he likes to shag hookers and take cocaine. Anyway, I've tapered down the hookers in the last couple of years.
Because he's got no money.
But for example, I once lost about $400 to a fake online hooker. She gave me a location to meet up. I sent the payment digitally because you're an idiot. It looked like the first payment didn't go through, so I sent it again.
Oh, man.
Come on, mate. Then she never responded again. He had to drive away from Blue Balls from that hotel parking lot. Jesus Christ, mate. Right, so essentially...
Crank one out in the Motel 6 in the car park.
Save yourself $800.
He didn't.
Right, I'm skipping straight ahead to the last bit of this because it's very long. Everyone, including me, has things we want to accomplish, and of course the idea is meaningful relationships and ideally give back to society in some way. But it goes without saying, I've got to dig myself out of a few self-dig holes first. Lol. So what do you think, boys? I know I have a lot of problems and a shit ton of work to do, but it'll be fine. Stiff upper lip, yes. Right.
You can't remember what your first bit was about now.
What's the problem?
So what was your question? Yeah. I think he's obviously doing a different type of bell ringing. Get them all in there.
Short bald, getting shorter.
Hunched.
Hunched over, cocaine problem, drinking too much, hookers.
Yeah.
Lives in his parents' basement, is 33 years old. Where do we start?
Rock and roll, man.
I think we touched on it with another one, didn't we, where we were saying go out and find some interest or something like that. Something actually interesting, rather than just hookers and cocaine and drinking beer.
What I will say is cocaine definitely turns everyone into a knob eventually. Absolutely everyone, regardless.
Even if you don't take it?
Yeah. Just if you're around it, if you know people that take it. No, anyone that hammers it. Yeah, I've known loads of people over the years, and like a couple of years in, people do start changing personality traits. They become a lot more selfish. Maybe knock that on the head first. Yeah. And it is quite an expensive habit.
I was going to say, it's going to cost you money as well, isn't it? So, save a few quid there.
It's rife now as well. Nowadays, it's just out of control.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think it is everywhere in the country. I don't know what it's like in America. Probably worse, since they have it. It comes from South America, doesn't it? But every pub, you're never more than 10 metres away from cocaine when you're in a pub.
Big time.
Doesn't matter what pub it is as well. It could be a country pub, really nice, with families running around. It's there.
Yep.
It's mostly the chefs, isn't it? Anyway, I'd knock the cocaine on the head first.
I'd knock a lot of it on the head. What you want to do is have like a 2-month break where you just don't do any of that. The coke, the drink, the girls, just leave it for 2 months. Smarten yourself up a little bit. Try and get yourself financially a bit more on the ladder.
Stand up straight, shoulders back.
But then do a week of going crazy again. And then have a month off. And then that'll phase you out.
Oh, so you're going for the staggered approach of
wean himself off it, type of thing.
Sometimes it is best, like when you've sorted your behaviour out, and then you go back and you wake up ashamed the next day, and you're like, that compounds the fact that you don't want to do certain behaviours again.
Yeah,
I think that's probably a good shout, actually.
Just have a month off and then see how you feel at the end of the month. Don't do any drugs, don't do any beer, don't do any women. Just watch your bank balance go back up again. Put some money in the bank.
Save a bit of money. Watch Office Blokes.
Yeah.
You can't be a cokehead living in your parents' basement, can you? If you're going to be a cokehead, you've got to have your own place at least. Come on. It's like, a lot of people take it because, it makes them confident and they walk into the bar and they chat anyone up and stuff. But you've always got to hit them with, got to come back to my parents' basement.
It's bad that you use the word basement as well, do you know what I mean? Because that's like... it's a thing over. I don't know if it's the same in America, but it's a thing in the UK. If someone says they live in the basement, you're kind of like a nonce, aren't you?
I think there's more basements in America. I think they build houses with basements as standard, don't they? Whereas it's just creepy weirdos that have basements.
Over here, loads of people chained to it, chained to like a radiator. You can't. I think I agree with you when you say knock it on the head for a month or two, because you can't suddenly become a saint overnight, and you might be miserable. You might find that you're not drinking, you're not doing these things, you might be absolutely miserable. Figure out which of these things are important to you. Probably get rid of the coke, though. Really, just substitute. Your strong beers for like a glass of orange juice, something like that, and just have a month off and just watch us for a month. Binge watch us for a month, and then if after a month you still feel like you need to go back to that beer, drugs and women lifestyle, and you've got money in the bank to go and do it as well.
They're all really deep down all artificial things, aren't they? Trying to make him happy. If you drugs, alcohol, then hookers as well. It's just not real enjoyment, is it? It's sort of, it's having to pay for it.
Some of the hookers are not even real.
Well,
got turned over by Graham online.
No, you're right. It's the shallow pursuit of happiness, isn't it? Rather than the actual deep. What's going to make you happy, and
it's sort of like easy to do for him as well, isn't it? Just handed over money, and then he's getting it instead of having to work at it and go for something that he wants and find it himself. A
bit of grafting down the pub.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You'll get there. Carry on watching us, because coming soon is Office Blokes on the beer and the cocaine,
Out the crack of a swamp house.
When that care package from Colombia turns up.
Mike's going first, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, wow.
Mike the Impaler, the mule. So yeah, just sort it out for a month. Find out what's important to you, and you may find that a lot of other ailments and things sort themselves out. You may find you may just find yourself happier.
You'll definitely be richer. You know, he'll definitely, like I say, improve his bank balance, won't he? Whatever happens.
I mean, he said he's a couple of $100 in his overdrafts there, so that's just
it's easily to get back on the plus.
Yeah, it's not like that guy that was 40 grand in debt from gambling. He's got some work to do. This guy, you'll be all right in a month or two.
He's going to be gambling now, isn't he? So he's going to be gambling to his repertoire.
Yeah, next month, mate. I gave up hookers, cocaine, 40 grand in debt now.
Yeah. Blue balls.
That is really worth saying, though, that don't just replace the vices for another. If you're going to have a month or two off, be clean for a month or two.
Everything.
Into more like stuff like this, like programs on, online proper programs like your Netflix and stuff like that. Try and get to a few series.
Oh no, fuck Netflix. YouTube, Office Blokes.
Go to the cinema, watch films. Stuff like that.
Yeah. Just do real stuff. Try and find out what actually makes you happy, rather than numbing yourself with all that sort of shit.
Go for a walk. Might even bring your weight down a little bit.
Well, that's it. I forgot the fact that he said he's overweight as well, and that comes with its own issues, as we know, don't we?
Yeah.
Mike doesn't.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah. So that'll do for today, I reckon.
I think so.
Yeah. Not all as dirty as rim jobs and swiping, are they?
We do it all here.
We've got to throw in some of the real problems so Mike can get involved and answer some of it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that one, guys. Don't forget, links in the description for all the other good stuff, and we will see you again soon for Office Blokes.
Catch you later.
Bye.
Cheers.